Erie County's high-risk program, a legal lifeline or a legal labyrinth. Erie County's high-risk program is a specialized initiative designed to address violent crime and gang-related activity through intensive law enforcement collaboration and judicial oversight. While the program offers significant protections and support for participants, its intersection with the legal system, especially the Supreme Court, raises questions about its efficacy, fairness, and long-term impact. What is Erie County's high-risk program? The high-risk program in Erie County is part of a broader strategy to combat violent crime, particularly gang-related offenses. It operates in tandem with the Erie Area Gang Law Enforcement Safe Streets Task Force, a multi-agency unit led by the FBI that includes local, state, and federal law enforcement partners. This task force uses the enterprise theory of investigation, ETI, to dismantle criminal organizations by targeting their leadership, finances, and networks. Erie County has also been designated a high-intensity drug trafficking area, HIDTA, which brings additional federal resources and coordination to local anti-drug and anti-gang efforts. These designations allow law enforcement to pursue complex investigations and prosecutions, often resulting in federal indictments, as seen in the 2023 case involving 58 alleged members of the Four Nation Gang. Is it worth going through the Supreme Court? Cases tied to the high-risk program may escalate to the Erie County Supreme Court, particularly when they involve serious charges like racketeering, drug trafficking, or firearms violations. While the Supreme Court offers a venue for due process and appeals, the stakes are high. Defendants may face lengthy sentences, and the legal process can be daunting. However, for some individuals, pursuing their case through the Supreme Court may be the only path to challenge procedural errors, assert constitutional rights, or seek sentence reductions. The decision to escalate a case should be made with experienced legal counsel, weighing the potential benefits against the risks and costs. What help and protections do you actually get? Participants in the high-risk program may receive legal representation through public defenders or private attorneys, access to diversion programs for nonviolent offenders, including drug treatment or mental health services, protective measures if they cooperate with law enforcement, such as relocation or witness protection, structured supervision through probation or parole, often with strict compliance requirements. However, these benefits are not guaranteed and often depend on the nature of the charges, the individual's criminal history, and their willingness to cooperate with authorities. How it works with gang task forces and law enforcement. The high-risk program is deeply integrated with law enforcement operations. The Safe Streets Task Force and local police departments share intelligence, conduct joint operations, and coordinate arrests. This collaboration ensures that high-risk individuals are monitored closely and that cases are built with strong evidentiary support. Moreover, the Erie County Police Reform Task Force has recommended increased transparency and community engagement to ensure that these programs do not disproportionately target marginalized communities. Victim protection, a lifeline for children and trauma survivors. One of the most critical yet often overlooked aspects of Erie County's high-risk program is its role in protecting victims, especially children and individuals who have experienced extreme trauma. These protections are not just legal formalities, they can be life-saving interventions. Support for children. Children exposed to gang violence or domestic abuse are among the most vulnerable. The high-risk program, in conjunction with Family Court and Child Protective Services, can remove children from dangerous environments through emergency custody orders or protective placements, provide trauma-informed counseling via partnerships with local mental health providers and school-based support programs, ensure educational continuity and safety, often relocating children to safer schools or districts when necessary. These interventions aim to break the cycle of violence and prevent children from being recruited into gangs or suffering long-term psychological harm. Aid for trauma survivors. For adult victims, especially those who have endured domestic violence, sexual assault, or gang-related intimidation, the program offers protective orders and no-contact provisions enforced by local law enforcement, relocation assistance through victim advocacy groups and federal witness protection programs in extreme cases, Access to therapy and legal aid, often coordinated through the Erie County District Attorney's Office and nonprofit partners like the Family Justice Center. In cases where victims are willing to testify or cooperate with investigations, these protections are often expanded, including enhanced security measures and court escorts. A coordinated safety net. The success of these protections hinges on interagency collaboration. The high-risk program works closely with the FBI Safe Streets Task Force, Erie County Sheriff's Office, Buffalo Police Department, Child Protective Services, local trauma recovery centers and shelters. This network ensures that victims are not left to navigate the system alone. Instead, they receive wraparound support that addresses both their immediate safety and long-term recovery. Continuous contact. It's not always clear where justice lands, and the lines seem blurry, especially when the gang task force is involved. Deals with offenders can make it seem as though the victim is the criminal and the law doesn't support the children's needs. There's little you can do when gang members get victim information, and the system seems pointless for the survivors. Even the children begin to have issues with the reality and future created by this program. Continuous contact with advocates need to be maintained, even if it's just yearly check-ins for primary victim and child victims. Final thoughts. The Erie County High Risk Program is a powerful tool in the fight against violent crime, but it's not without controversy. While it offers protections and pathways to rehabilitation for some, it also involves high-stakes legal battles that can culminate in Supreme Court proceedings. For those entangled in its web, the program can be both a second chance and a serious challenge. If you're navigating this system, legal guidance and community support are essential. And for policymakers, the ongoing challenge is to balance public safety with fairness, accountability, and justice.